I'm still standing. Here I am. After all I've been through, I survived every toil, every snare. I'm alive. I'm alive. Here I am. You've been called to have a relationship with God, when you've been called to do something great for Him, sometimes, young people hear me, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be downright hard sometimes, downright difficult. But the word of the Lord just simply declares one thing. Say, is ordered by city. Hey. Though you may not know His mind, He'll reveal it all.
the titans of democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we're here. Oh, gosh. Let me say good morning to you, Bruce.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, TNT.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All protocols observed. Everything. Oh, yeah, you are run up the step. 5:34 a.m. Today is the 18th of June, 2019.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I really don't know. Came in and met it all fun. I know.
All right.
I think I reached the point where I stopped trying to figure it out.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we're here and we're getting ready for the Express. What is this? Guardian. And right. Headlines on the Express says, tears for murdered son. Rain but hold the dance. Tia is Miss World Trinidad and Tobago. Girl 10 shot. Pension joy. All right.
Let's see.
Kamala, a humiliating defeat. What is that? What is meant by that? Let me just see. What is this humiliating defeat? This is how opposition leader Kamala Prasad-Bissessar is describing the move by government to delete the controversial Clause 7 to the Freedom of Information Act. She said, government's defeat spells victory for the people. Prasad-Bissessar was responding in a media release to Finance Minister Colin Imbu's announcement last night in the Senate that government had deleted Clause 7 amendments to the FOIA from the miscellaneous provisions, tax amnesty, pensions, freedom of information, national insurance, central bank, and non-profit organization bill 2019. All right. Moving along, government drops Clause 7. The government has totally relented and completely deleted the controversial Clause 7 amendment to the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. Pension joy. 3 former Chief Justice yesterday welcomed increased pension for judges, saying it has been a struggle for some to survive on meager payments. And there's a picture of Sat Sharma. Speaking to the Express by phone, former Chief Justice Clinton Bernard, Sat Sharma, and Micah DeLabasty shared their joys as well as concerns with the pension legislation, which was debated in the Senate yesterday. DeLabasty, who served as judiciary head from 1995 to 2002, said he was happy with the move but took issue with a clause that excluded former judges who took lump sums from the pension hike. DeLabasty said to exclude a judge who took a lump sum was not fair. But if you take a lump sum, you see, that's why I just sit down quiet and wait, eh? If you take a lump sum, how would you end up getting pension? You take a lump sum. When you go to the NIS office,
A lump sum and you still want rent.
and you know, if you didn't make the amount of contributions, they give you a lump sum, or you collect your $3,000 every month. Let me move along. I heard the opposition leader with that conversation. But if you take a lump sum, how would you be entitled to pension? You took a lump sum, so you took money up front.
Yeah, because you ain't thinking about the future. For you, that little payment every month, you telling yourself that, you know, it can't work. But you take the lump sum now and you still want to collect a pension.
I kind of confused. Rain but hold the dance. And that's the Minister of Public Utilities, Robert LaHunt, saying hold the dance. So that means that the reservoir are still not filled. Public Utilities Minister Robert LaHunt welcomed yesterday's rain, but cautioned that all is not well as the country's dam. Via a brief telephone interview yesterday, LaHunt, who was attending the Senate sitting, said, "Yes, I am glad for the rain. We welcome the rain, but we have to continue to monitor our reservoir and conserve water. There is a reduced volume of water in the nation's reservoir. Navet Dam, Tabakit, is one of the worst hit," he said. Trinidad and Tobago is also served by Caroni Arena Dam, Hollis Reservoir, Valencia, and Hillsborough Reservoir in Tobago. Tears for murdered son Kareem Guadalupe left the court a free man yesterday, and after 10 years in prison on a double murder charge, went to pick up his children from school. Girl 10 shot in parked car. A 10-year-old girl was shot while sitting in a car parked near the corner of Duncan Street and Independence Square in Port of Spain yesterday afternoon. She is the fourth child to have been shot and injured since last week. It is the policy of the Express not to identify children who are victims of crime. Police said around 4 p.m. the girl was sitting in a car parked in front of two Housing Development Corporation apartment blocks when a gunman approached the vehicle from behind. Police believe the shooter came from Duncan Street, and when he saw the car facing east, he immediately drew a 9mm pistol and fired a total of 8 shots at the car. The driver started the car and sped off, while the gunman ran east into John John. The injured girl was taken to Port of Spain General Hospital by the driver.
I saw an article on Facebook yesterday with this, and the person is saying, "Where is the protest?"
No, go in and ask you.
Oh, then
You take the words out my mouth.
Then the individual said, "Oh, it wasn't a police shooting."
But not only it wasn't a police shooting, we protesting. Going down and light candle, we protesting, but the government must go and Rowley must go. And I thought a protest at this time would have been on the issue of crime, to talk to the young men and women, to talk to our brothers and sisters, to put on the guns. I thought that would have been the protest. Now a 10-year-old child gets shot in a parked car. I thought they would have light candles to ask the Lord to come down from heaven to deal with these issues.
If the police was in pursuit of someone,
Yeah,
and that child got caught in that crossfire,
yes,
all know so it's still a bacchanal down there.
not a word you're in here.
Good, yes.
Lord, Venezuelans will have to pay, says Young. Venezuelans will have to pay for administrative costs involved in processing their visa applications. Don't we all have to pay? So what is the difference? When I go in to apply for visa, it's how much now? $1,000?
1,000 something.
Right. So,
And it's not refundable, if you don't get through.
Dangerous Beetham Highway driving accused goes to court. The driver of the car that slammed into a group of cyclists along the Beetham Highway last November, resulting in the deaths of Chief Chef Joe Brown and the British citizen is Joanne. I want to open, right, nice, thank you. Joanne Banks made an appearance in court on Monday, accused of driving dangerously. Blackout as a lightning storm sweeps across Trinidad and Tobago. Watch the water. Heavy rain.
I know what's going on here. Yeah, Papa.
Heavy rain An intense lighting activity knocked out power to thousands of residents in at least 20 communities across Trinidad on Sunday night. Nerves of steel, thief shoplifts fortune in jewels. Southern Division Police are searching for a man captured on surveillance camera stealing gold from a jewelry store at Gulf City Mall in Laramie on Saturday. He's tripping there.
No, but look at how he gone and the people and them thing, nobody in there or to raise an alarm or say nothing.
Well,
And I don't know what is the difference if you wear a hat or not. The camera picking you up at different angles and will follow you.
where's my point, right? You're in the mall and you're selling jewelry. Those things not supposed to be locked.
Well, this was saying, look at how he just showing you how he reached
He
over
just
there and
reach
open,
over.
Open that normally that does be locked. So me, you know.
Those are some of the stories in the Express and the Guardian. What's
Kill my sons are the headlines in the Guardian.
Mother begs for justice for murdered sons. Who killed my children? Greta Ciberan, 64, outside of San Fernando High Court on Monday, shortly after a .14 man was found not guilty of the 2005 murders of her two sons, Neil and Nigel Ciberan. Government systems in place for Venezuelan visa. Paula made to get now the president of Trinidad and Tobago. Her name is Paula May Weeks. For those who don't know, Paula made to get 1.4 million pension. I wonder if I could exchange positions with her. Driver in court for cyclist debt. CCJ to rule on Guyana's no confidence case. Now SAT goes after the DPP. Oh God, look. Trainee mom surprises Royal Navy recruit at graduation. That was so nice. You know, I tried to do my son that for this be passing out. That was stupid. I thought about it too late. TNTech working to restore power to 20 communities. Met Office alert rainfall until 4 p.m. Tuesday. Well, that's gone. Venezuela gives... No.
Tuesday, 4 p.m. today.
Venezuela gives... Well, to me. Russia control of new gas deposits near Trinidad and Tobago.
That have something in it.
SEA results next week, Friday. Skeleton remains found in Tamina Forest.
Why the stories double
Doubling
like
up, I don't know. Fuad backs Ganga on pension vote. Migrants worried about new visa requirements. Struggle to make ends meet. Tax amnesty begins yesterday, says Imbert. And those are some of the stories in The Guardian.
Yeah, it finish.
5:47. What's happening in the news today? All right, so Lord have mercy. 10-year-old shot on Independence Square. Atlantic suffers power outage. All 4 trains down. TT Trinidad and Tobago students to get priority in schools. Tree held in Mayaro with guns and ammo. Daughter finds pensioner's decomposing body. Man held for robbing Mayaro coconut vendors. Tunapuna taxi driver shot whilst washing car. Hines, AG might have given statement in Jones issue. Sister of murdered drug addict, I tried to save him. Galleon's passage to make extra trips. Met Office warns of flash flooding landslips. Every cent goes towards my education, says aspiring doctor. National trade policy to be in operation in a month. Venezuelan Hindu marriages. Is that MC? entering the country with Hindu marriage license issued by a pundit in central Trinidad. Pundit Lakshmidat Prasad Maharaj, in a telephone interview yesterday, said there was an investigation of Venezuelans coming in from Cedros presenting Hindu marriage license. These licenses, he added, were being issued by a pundit from central Trinidad. Maharaj, who is also the first vice president of the interreligious organization, said the immigration division has been contacted. According to Maharaj, almost 100 people have produced marriage license with that pundit's registration. He said this took place over an extended period of time and not during the recently concluded 2 weeks registration period. There was an investigation going on because it meant the license had to be shipped out of the country for them to be presenting it when they came in at the port in Cedros. It is a legitimate concern for the Mahasabha, he told Newsday. He said marriage licenses are only issued after a particular set of religious rituals were performed, such as premarital counseling and the balancing of astrologies or the planetary influence. All of that before you get married in the Hindu faith. We would hope that the pundits practice the correct thing. Once you hold a Hindu marriage license, the process of registering the marriage could only take place after the ritual is completed. For every single marriage performed and registered, both the husband and wife are supposed to be... What is that? Sanatanis?
Yeah, Sanatanis Hindu. I don't know what I mean.
Scroll it
Oh,
there.
look at it means.
It means that for that marriage to be able to be recognized, you must have some type of ritual taking place whereby both the husband and wife engage in a process of worship. He said a Hindu wedding was very dynamic, as it also required an input by members of the extended family and last for a period of 3 days. This is where the Mahasabha has some serious concerns about those Venezuelans coming into the country with Hindu marriage certificates. However, he was unable to say if the Venezuelan entering TNT with Hindu marriage license were male or female. I don't understand that. But if they're producing it, you must know who producing it, male or female. Is that it then? Maharaj said the Mahasabha has proven humanitarian assistance to the Venezuelan in TNT by providing meals to those who spent hours and days waiting to be registered over the last 2 weeks. The registration process officially came to an end on Friday, and up to Saturday morning, there were some still being processed. We believe in the humanitarian aspect, and in particular, the amount of children who have been suffering out there, especially waiting in line for days. He said, adding that some of the Mahasabha's temples had outreach programs to assist Venezuelans. He said citizens had to understand that Venezuelans would not just leave their homes. Hello?
You see it moving, it's moving.
Oh,
moving.
okay. I want to read this over again. Please, I want to read it over again. We believe in the humanitarian aspect and, in particular, the amount of children who have been suffering out there, especially waiting in line for days, he said, adding that some of the Mahasabha's temple had outreach programs to assist Venezuelans. He said citizens had to understand that Venezuelans would not just leave their homes and families to come to Trinidad and Tobago knowing the challenges we face, but they had no choice. Wait, who's saying that? He said the situation should serve as a wake-up call for the authorities since, he said, drugs and guns can easily enter Trinidad and Tobago the same way there has been an influx of foreigners landing on our shores. We need more stringent laws and regulations because if a country cannot regulate people coming in such large numbers, could you just imagine things like guns, drugs, ammunition? I think it is a wake-up call for those in charge, and not just the government, but those who are to secure and protect our borders.
It's me. I feel it's me, you know. I feel it's me. All of a sudden, to me, like everybody just now realized that the borders open. Now everybody realize that. Okay. I guess it's me. I is the problem, Sharon. Me.
Papa.
I is the problem. I am the problem.
I don't want to get into something. I don't want to have much to say. I want to leave it alone, really, because my understanding is that the Attorney General is dealing with the issue and the matter. But I heard yesterday my colleagues talking about Minister Dialsing and the child. I want to tell my colleagues, sometimes one first thing we must do is get the proper information. Let me say first thing, I had the opportunity with my mother's death.
Go in.
Yeah, just go in and to understand a number of things. I even have someone who works out of the blood bank in San Fernando who I would call from time to time to get information. It was a really unfortunate issue that happened. And if it was me, yes, I would have gone the distance. But first thing, when you give blood, your blood is assessed before given to anybody.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's not that you, Bruce, could come and give Sharon blood. And I'm saying it because it's not the first time I was involved with blood donation and so on. I did the same process that I did for my mother. I did it for heavy duty. You go to the blood bank and you give blood, and they will now check your blood for all kind of things. So when the blood type of whatever type it is given to the hospitals for use when they call for it, the nurses and the doctors, they're not going to, they can't check the blood. That's not their work. That's not their specialty. We have a lab to do such work. The Minister of Health, not because it's my MP, you know, because I tell all you already, and not enough foolishness. The Minister of Health is not a practicing doctor. So how will he know if a pint of blood was contaminated, yes or no? I find we just want to score some points, cheap political points.
And I can tell you why that does happen, Sharon.
Gosh.
You see, because there is a perception that the listening public or the general public is idiots. Plain talk, bad manners.
We need to be a little more responsible.
And then what makes it worse is that you stand up here and somebody come and tell you, boy, rain falling, but
And
you
you
seen
look
the sun shining and you want to run with that rain falling nonsense because you refuse to think for yourself. It's too hard for you to think for yourself. Because if you think for just a minute, one little minute, you will understand where it is going on and it will come to wait. How is he in a direct result or reason for this happening? That's not
We have to
possible.
be careful, and boy, I don't want to song and do this, but oh gosh, man, nah, man.
No, but Sharon, I just always tell people, for me personally, it doesn't matter. For me, who is in government, when a crisis happens, especially with children or people of age, right? Take your time and think about the situation and ask yourself, is the minister the problem here? Seriously?
Bruce, let me tell you something, I spent a couple of months in the Mount Hope Hospital with my mother. up and down, back and forth. And I remember one particular day, I had to make noise. We weren't allowed to go into the ward because a pipe had burst and from one thing to the other. For the information, the CEO thought the matter was being handled. It was not. When I sat there and I listened to the conversation, it's because I was told that they had to get clearance some way so that they could come on to do the work. And you know why they had to get clearance? Because some people, what was said to me, claim for overtime when they never do anything. So they had to put stringent measures in place. We are our own problem, you know.
Yep.
We are our own problem, and everything is about politics and the games we play, and we need to stop at that. Because I don't understand how the minister could be all right, it come like we working here. And we have somebody in charge of us. But you, Bruce, doing something every day wrong. Every day you're doing something wrong. And I know I am in charge and I trying to put things together and I holding it down. But you continue to do something wrong. Am I to take the blame for it? Yes, I'm in charge. So at a reasonable process, I will say yes. I will take the blame and deal with it. But if I'm talking to you on more than one occasion, the consequences you face.
And that now, you know what they're going to say now? So and so Sharon Felix, she feels she's the boss of things. She fire me. She fire me.
Right.
But you're not going and say, you know, an instruction was given to you to do what you was brought there to do.
And you ain't doing
and
it.
you ain't do it. On not one occasion, but on several occasions. And hence the reason now for your termination. You're not going to say that. Right? Because that's how we is as a people. Sorry to say, that's how we is. Right? So we will stand up now. You know very well that you in charge of that unit. And that unit is to test and make sure that everything all right. But now, today you decide you don't want to do nothing. So you let anything pass through. You ain't checking how you're supposed to check. Your position here is a vital one. And you're supposed to execute your duties here. But you're not doing that. You understand? You're just passing it on to the next person who's supposed to do their part. When they do their part now and they continue, they're seeing everything okay now. Because they're assuming that you do your part. And so the train line does go. When it reach down to the end now, the end result of the thing now, how it reach there? Okay, well, let me just bypass everybody and go to the man on top. All it not making no sense. And if that is how they're pushing it, if in the so-called silly season election time, that is how they're pushing things, then they're not going to reach anywhere with that. And if people don't want to think for themselves and come to the conclusion that here we're going on now, this in no way could be the minister's fault. Madness.
Oh boy, I was
Madness.
so confused. I said, but wait.
Madness. So if it's that is what they're trying to do there, well, Papa, you want me in on that?
Let me go to the headline news. Sponsored by Green Dot Limited. I started to get, not that I've given up, but I started to get weary, boy. I find we could do better than that.
It might take some work to do better than that, Sean. We're willing to work for that.
Gosh, boy.
We're really willing to work for that.
Lord, help us. We're going to the headline news.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Sharon Felix.
And I'm Jason Thomas.
And this is our 6 a.m. headlines on the street 919 FM, courtesy Green Dot Limited. In the headlines, Trinidad and Tobago students to get priority in schools. 10-year-old girl shot in Port of Spain. Regionally, Dominican to unveil new housing program. And internationally,
U.S. sends more troops into the Gulf of Oman.
And those were the morning's headlines, courtesy Green Dot Limited. Our major newscast comes up at 7. I'm Sharon Felix.
And I'm Jason Thomas.
Good morning.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
These are the things we must be looking at, but why? Callers, we're back. Listeners, we're back. It's 6:04 a.m. I'm seeing I just want to read this article, but today I really want to deal with, I want to set aside a little bit of the politics, but of course, when I get in the papers, I've seen so much of things to talk about. I really wanted to talk about that 10-year-old being shot. I really want to talk to people, We need to change our culture and our lifestyle and the way we do things sometimes. Where's all this killing and fighting about? Let me tell all you something. When we were created or when we were born, we didn't come here with a gun in our hand. We didn't come here with a piece of land. We didn't come here with a car or house. We came here, I normally hear my grandfather used to say, naked you come, naked you go. And I always try to understand what it was until I became an adult. And when you leave with just a piece of clothes on your back, and whatever you're given in your casket or your coffin. I don't know. That is let me apologize to Tobago, guys. Of course, the weather is bad. And of course, we operate with internet, so probably the internet is giving a little trouble this morning. But we're going to try to get it sorted out. And let me say good morning to Tobago Lockdown. It's having a little technical difficulty. We'll try to sort it out. I don't know what is all this fight and bacchanal and confusion for. All you'll be killing out your own self. When we will come to that term, they're protesting for all kind of other things than the things that is really affecting us. Crime is an issue in Trinidad and Tobago all year. Why are we not saying we're going to protest against that? I am saying this morning, fellas, all you need to put down the guns. And something wrong with us, I always say what in meet you wouldn't pass you. Like we just forget. Nowadays, when a crime is committed, the person who commit the crime to the other person, the person who the crime is committed to, everybody vexed with that person. But the person who commit the crime, nobody ain't saying nothing. We wouldn't go and do things the right way. We want to go in people place and thief. We want to break up in here, break up in there, go in the malls and thief. We want to do everything illegal. All they want to rape and all kind of thing. And the consequences after, we're not prepared to stand it. A 13-year-old girl was raped by 2 young men. What are we as parents saying about that? Why we resorting to these kind of things? And then it have some people will say, yes, Sharon, talk for me. And some go say, I'm talking real dotishness. They will cuss me. They will say all kind of things because they don't want to hear me on the radio. Given the opportunity to some people, the end of me would have come soon, you know. But we must talk the truth. And it has some people just about confusion and mayhem bacchanal, only chucking to make confusion and bacchanal. It has some people like they just like to see other people at war. So if there's not a confusion, they're not happy. And some deceitful, they come to you, they tell you something, they come to somebody else, they say something. When they're in the company or somebody else, it's something else. When they're in your company, it's something else. And the truth be told, all they're looking for is something for themselves, you know. All year, we're playing smart with foolishness, eh? We go into the break.
Let's talk on the street.
The official station that defends the nation.
The annual Migrant Fisherman Festival is here again. 3 massive days in the beautiful village of Migrant. Starting Friday 28 June with a big welcome party for everyone with lots of fish food, drinks and entertainment to blow you away. Then on Saturday 29 June, it's the main event. It's the annual Migrant Fisherman Fest featuring the boss himself, Iowa George.
Come and front for your blessings. Come and front for your blessings. The water blessings.
Alongside a cast of top radio DJs, including Tech Sound, Kabuki, Nigel Bob, Trapstar, DJ Sky, and many more. Gates open from 6 p.m. and we fetting till the next morning. This year, a small entrance fee will be collected, so hurry and get your $100 ticket from Darrell's Famous Foods, Valencia, Arima, Randy, and all bars on the North Coast. Also look out for the Matla tickets for $60 from committee members. Remember, on Saturday 29 June, the only place to be is the annual Matla Fisherman Fest. Then on Sunday 30th June, we introduce for the first time Matla Fisherman Cool Down from 11 a.m. till midnight. Admission is free. So come early to secure your space. For more information, call the Matla Fisherman Hotline at 361-1752.
Sheets.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
News from the street.
News from the street.
From the Street 919 FM News team.
Delivering the facts on the biggest stories.
Informing you on matters of public interest.
Preparing you to face the world throughout the day, every day.
Current affairs.
Politics.
Public service announcements.
Sports, business, and more.
With major newscasts at 7 a.m.,
10 a.m.,
noon,
and 4 p.m.
News from the street. News from the street.
The Street News team of Jason Shields,
Rebecca Elias,
Sharon Felix,
Jason Thomas.
we keep you in the
We
know.
keep you in the know Monday to Friday.
News from the street. The Street 919 FM News.
News from the street.
We let you know what's happening.
Here's what's happening.
Enhance your home today. Give yourself the comfort and style that you crave with furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited at 2 locations, number 51 Rushworth Street, San Fernando, and number 101 Craignash Village, Princestown. Select furniture with intricate designs and colors that give your home or office that special look. Visit or call today, 652-2542. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you.
At Green Dot, we're making it easier for you with the all-new G-Dot customer portal. Get 24/7 access to your account from all your smart devices. View your account status, see your active services and hardware, view your balance, pay your bills, set up recurring payments, and more. Simply visit gd.tt today and register with your account number and email address to access this service. The all-new G-Dot customer portal. It's just one of the ways Green Dot is making it easier for you. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Win mega money now! $19 plus $26.
That's right. Playway making your money mega.
Win $90 plus $26 with the Playway Mega Ball today. With only 2 white balls, that's a 1 in 3 chance to win 90 times your bet for just an additional $1 minimum. Win mega money with a $90 to 1 Mega Ball.
Mega Ball wager cannot exceed base Playway wager.
Make your mark today with Playway Mega Ball. Players must be 18 and over. Play responsibly.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
Custom DJ Promotion presents Color of Passion on Wednesday, 19 June. Aboard the Embassy Yacht, boarding 7 p.m. Sailing out to 8 at the Breakfast Shed, Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Admission $200. Your DJs are host DJ Nagas and Baseline Audio. For information, contact Sheena at 377-2463. Malika at 361-7836. And Joseph at 796-7073. Color of Passion. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 8:05 to 8:55 a.m. right here on the Street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Better vision for your physical eyes, and through the eyes of faith, let healing arise in your mind, body, and spirit. At Natural Heal Ministries, we teach kingdom principles for living that brings the blessing of God to your mind, body, and soul.
NHM Professional Associates are located at number 10 Moody Stewart Street, Monrepos, San Fernando. For more info, contact Dr. Desmond Phillip at NHM on 349-3494.
NHM Professional Associates can be heard live on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 9:05 to 9:55 a.m.
Come talk with us.
Real issues, hard talk.
Real talk on the Street 919 FM.
So we are back. Thank you guys. You all are really alert. All right. So we are back. So I said what I said, and I really mean what I'm saying. I really, really mean what I'm saying. All of a sudden, we get like demons in this country. Nobody cares about nobody anymore. Let me say good morning to my family. Good morning to my radio family. Good morning to all of you locked on and listening. Good morning to TuneIn app listeners. Good morning to our viewers and listeners on the live stream on YouTube. In the search bar, Street 919 FM, Titans of Democracy live stream. Good morning to everybody. Whatever mechanism you're using to listen to us, I say good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm reading an article here by Rhea Tate. Imbert MPs contribute dollars, public servants don't. Public servants do not pay towards their pensions, but parliamentarians, legislators, contribute 6% of their monthly salary. So said Finance Minister Colin Imbert as he yesterday sought to respond to people who were suggesting that the enhanced pension being proposed for legislators and other top office holders, including judges, and the Prime Minister and President was unfair to all categories of public servants. Public service pensions are not indexed to the salary of the incumbents, and these pensions only include a percentage of the housing allowance. Noting that there was an argument that public servants in the computation of their pensions were limited to a housing allowance of 1/6 of their salary, Imbert said the more important point was that public servants did not contribute to their pension. He said if a permanent secretary were to be asked today to contribute the same percentage as a legislator, 6%, he or she would have had to contribute approximately $600,000. Piloting the Miscellaneous Provisions Amendment Bill in the Senate, Imbert also stated government wanted to make it crystal clear that retired judges are included in the pension benefit. He said for the avoidance of all doubt, a further amendment was being proposed which states explicitly that judges who had exercised the option of taking a gratuity upon retirement with a reduced three-quarter pension would receive three-quarters of the enhanced pension. Example, three-quarters of the pension of the incumbent, leading to an increased benefit. Noting that the opposition had been concerned about this issue of persons who exercise the option of reduced pensions, Imbert said he checked with the Treasury and discovered that opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar was the only former Prime Minister who had exercised the option of receiving a reduced pension. In response, UNC Senator Wade Mark slammed Imbert, saying it was reprehensive, offensive, and untrue to suggest that Persad-Bissessar was pleading her own case, living in poverty, as he gave example of former legislator and judges reduced to pennies. Imbert said a former UNC minister had approached the government for an HDC house because he had to sell his house to pay his medical bills, and that his spouse, this person who retired in 2001 period, had served well for 20 years in the parliament, he said. He said there was also a former PNM minister who retired in 1995 after serving 2 terms and was now bedridden and could not take care of himself and had to live on a $4,500 pension. And it is somebody who served the country faithfully, he said. He said there were many ministers from the 1981 cabinet who had suffered debilitating strokes, and retired judges whose pensions were pittance. One constituent of his, a retired judge, had a pension between $2,000 and $3,000 a month and died in poverty in 1992. He said he wanted to make it crystal clear that these persons, along with retired judges, would benefit from the amendments which were being proposed. no tax rebate on the NIS amendment. Imbert said it was designed to allow the minister to exclude workers such as workers such as the Venezuelan migrants who may have severe demands on the system. He said after NIS payment of 1 week, a worker was entitled to injury benefits for 1 year. Minister Imbert, I had to talk to you about that. After 10 weekly payments, the worker was entitled to maternity benefits and a maternity grant, and one payment of $100 or less gave an entitlement to a medical expense benefit of $28,000. On the tax amnesty, Imbert said it would apply retrospectively. He said the Inland Revenue Division came to him and said, because they had been getting a lot of requests from persons wanting to pay their outstanding taxes, and therefore they made a decision without asking me to intervene, that they would exercise their administrative powers, so that from yesterday, the BIR began to accept outstanding taxes from persons without applications of penalties. Imbert said it was expected that the bill would be assented to on Friday, but the amnesty would have come into effect administratively since Saturday, June 15th. Imbert said the tax amnesty would not entitle persons who had already paid interest and penalties owing on their taxes prior to June 15 to a rebate. I want to open the lines and take some calls on this issue. A retired judge had a pension of between $2,000 and $3,000 a month. Hi. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, like there's an echo on the line. When you read, you get it as a double.
Okay, but there's nothing we can do here. I don't know what's going on, if it's the rain or whatever. We're not getting an echo here, so I don't know if it's coming out to your radio. Where are you calling from? Caller? Oh. They say they're getting an echo. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Sharon.
You getting the echo too?
No, I'm not getting any echo. I'm getting it.
Like it's some parts. Because Tobago is getting the same thing, like doubling up. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Or something. Yeah, morning. You know, Kamala Pasapi sister. I know the right thing to do is to respect the office holder, even though if you may not like the individual who's holding the office. But I think Kamala Pasapi sister has abused that office. As a matter of fact, I think that she's not worthy of holding the office. It's the same Kamala Pasapi sister who gave Larry Hawaii from the state-owned bank $11 million to become a finance minister. And then I do not know if he's entitled to any such payments or whatever for serving in the parliament. No, I really don't know, but I would like to find out, because I want to believe that since he has his pension from the FCB, whatever little gratitude he'll be getting other than the lump sum of $11 million to go home with, he ain't supposed to be getting nothing from Parliament. But she's speaking like that because they don't need a pension. They have already fed themselves and full their pockets. Hence the reason why most of them is before the courts now, and there are a lot more of them to come before the courts. Just a matter of time. Because the information going to be given back to us from the United States, I am sure that the Attorney General has it there. But there's a lot of other things that he has to get into before he actually asks people to come to court to answer questions. So I just try my best not to disrespect the lady office Oh God, but sometimes I just can't hold it back. But it's hard to say because she lies a lot. She's very, very dishonest, and she doesn't care about the citizens. She cares about herself, her religion, and her own people. Because when you look at this stupidness going on by these people and them here, down in front of the parliament recently, it's disgusting. Not one Indian is stand up here. But only a set of those fools and them that they just for rubbish. They come in and tell me something about talking about the Venezuelans, but all of a sudden in this whole thing, Raleigh must go. So where that coming from? It is the Venezuelans they're talking about. All the common, all the feel people real notice outside here. And I know that the kind of politics that she leading from in front with the UNC. Nothing about nation building. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Guys, I'm trying to get that sorted out as soon as possible. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon and Bruce.
Morning.
Sharon, you're so right with this confusion. You listened to Wade Mark yesterday, trying to talk about the salaries and talking about Miss Paula May Weeks will get a 1.4 million. Why didn't he say Powers would get that? Why you have to be calling her name? Look on the paper on the website. There are 24 vacancies in the judiciary. Why people not applying for them? And they can't get no work, But when you didn't qualify yourself, you worth 2,005, you want 6,000 because your living expenses is 6,000. That will happen.
Thank you very much, caller.
Okay, Sharon.
Okay. Caller, good morning.
My darling.
Morning.
We can see you and yours, Bushin. Good morning.
Morning.
And the 91 family, good morning. Well, Sharon, yesterday I went out early and at times I can't get in at all. But I want to stay the night before. And Friday night I listened to that debate and I was disgusted. I lied down on my bed here up to after 11 and watching that debate. And when they said that even Ms. Foster had applied in her time for even the people's wives to get pension. You understand? And I want to know what's going on. But I want to say this morning, I thank God for Dr. Rowley's administration. And I want him to continue to do the best that he can. If after all that he has done and where he has brought Trinidad from for this past 4 years, people decide to do otherwise, he can come out with his hands up and clean. Because I believe he stands for principle and he stands for what he says. And I want to encourage people. It's not about what party card you hold. Think about the welfare of this country. We have to live here. We are not fortunate to migrate. So I want to encourage everybody. Let us continue to seek God. Who knows the word of prayer? Seek God on Trinidad's behalf. That child that has gotten shot again, let us ask God, let us reach out, let us have reach to the young people. Revenge. I went to a funeral last week and I had to speak to the young people. Revenge solves nothing. It brings pain to your family. So let us encourage the young people. A gun could only be harmful in the hands of a person that means to do harm. Put down the guns and try to resolve situation in a different way. Just Sharon, I'm asking your permission just to give a reminder that Anita Family and Friends fundraiser towards our senior citizens lunch is on Sunday, our concert in the Garden Jewels to the people who are wrong my community. Just a reminder to them. And I'm asking again, the 13th of July, I ask all my people are wrong, just drop out notebooks and whatever because we want to give out to 200 children stationery. So I thank you, Mr. Iwa, thank you. And whenever his wife is ready, you just call me and I'll tell you who to give when you go to St. Martin.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Mother, good morning. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, darling.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
You know the is in the red of $2 billion, ma'am.
Say that again.
NIS is in the red of $2 billion. That is why the Minister of Finance is saying to us last night, a Venezuelan paid $11 has the right now to claim for maternity benefit. And he said, didn't you see them? And if one of them go to work and get injured and paying, they're entitled to how much?
28,000.
28,000 or something like that in benefits. I think that is what the maternity benefit entitled you to. 20-something thousand, I mean, you know how much. And then another person entitled how much days.
He did no tax rebate on the NIS amendment. Imbert said it was designed to allow the minister to exclude workers such as the Venezuelan migrants.
Right. That's the point I'm making.
Right.
The point I'm making that Venezuela, no, a person pays NIS is $11 a week or something like that. Right? And what he's saying is if he takes the $11 from the Venezuelan, now they're entitled to what a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago is entitled to. All the benefits. And what he's saying is that NIS is already $2 billion in the red. That means they're owing. That means NIS has no money. So if we include all these people and NIS done is in the red, how are we going to pay these people if Venezuela?
But it was clear. It was clear, Bartaria, that they're not allowed to pay NIS. So
and
I don't know.
Still balling that they have to, and the government want them to, and a whole set of junket.
Who's saying that?
Mother, you don't know, no?
Look.
You don't know. But the point I want you to understand that presently, without the Venezuelan, we have to increase our own NIS contribution in order that down the road we don't end up like judges and magistrates. Enjoy your morning, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning. Ah, boy. Not today, Sharon. Keep you cool. Call us on 342-0081, 771-1791.
Hi.
466, just now, 466-5391.
If you're calling from the US and anywhere abroad, 718-874-3860. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Sean, morning. Sean, I know here the gentleman, so we need to increase the NIS. Yes, we'll need to increase the NIS. But when you increase the NIS and cost of living continue going up and the minimum wage remain the same way, what equation is? That is what I want to find out. If the minimum wage remain the same, cost of living continue to rise, and you raise NIS. What's going to happen to the poor man?
Well, then we mustn't argue when the NIS stay at one, because after you reach your 60 years and so on, you're happy to get this money in your hand. So
yes.
Do if you do and do if you damn.
Yeah, because we go end up the poor man who going to the grocery and who have to travel will end up in a situation where he might have to do something illegal to maintain the lifestyle. Now, the lifestyle might be that's normal enough. We don't have people that go over the limit. But let's talk about a normal basic man who go to work, pay the children to school, might they have a rent to pay. You understand, eh? When everything increased and the salary remained the same.
How much money NIS has increased to?
I don't know.
But that's what we need to find out first.
I just pay $275 a month.
To what? $175?
Yeah, a month. My NIS, yeah. I just pay a month.
Now, let me ask you a question, eh? I hear you and listening. So you're paying $275 a month towards your NIS. At the end of your 60 years, you're collecting $3,000 every month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What if I just analyzing, eh?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. What if we're taking that $275 and we're doing something when we look back we can't see what we do with the $275 a month?
That problem by itself.
No, but this is a question I've been asking for a number of years to a number of people. We quarrel for deductions for things like the NIS and so on. But at the end of your 60 years and over, you are entitled, once you make your amount of contribution, you're entitled to get either you get a lump sum or you're entitled to get a pension every month. How you think you will get that if you're not making the contribution?
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with people making contributions. The problem is, what about the cost of living? I think we should supposed to have a living wage instead of minimum wage. That's why I talk about Sharon. I don't have a problem paying the contribution. But when you go to the grocery every week, every other fortnight, things goes up. And you have to cut and paste. So imagine if you have to spend $300 and you're trying to go to school for the week. I just saying, right? Next 2 weeks, you might have to cut down on that. Because they will have to cut and paste to sit here to pay bills, to do this. Is this why I'm talking about? And it's not, I can't work 2 jobs, I can work 6 to 6. I can't leave my child alone the night because you only want to charge me for negligence. And that's showing it. I have a lot of other people like me out here. There are a lot of people out there who could work 2 jobs. I have those who cannot afford to work 2 jobs. We need to do something with that minimum wage. We need to do something. And you know when you do raise the minimum wage, you know the wicked businessmen who want to do them things to the other side. So they say minimum wage is. It does have a ripple effect. It does have a ripple effect. Look out and listening.
Thank you very much, caller. Caller, good morning. Oh, good, you only have 30 seconds. Caller.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning. I feel you had to call me back.
Okay, no problem.
Call me back after the ads. Hi. I hear the caller, eh? I hear him, I understand what he's saying. Callers, we'll be back. Don't shift your dial. And, of course, all listeners and viewers, we'll be back.
Because we talk to the street.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Harry Narayan and friends right here on the Street 919 FM every first, second, and third Sundays in the month from 8:05 p.m. to 8:55 p.m. for the Way, the Truth, the Life Ministry. For further information, call 686-3845 or 770-9915. God bless you.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday. The Bible says the Gospel of the Kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every second and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. Monday for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
See the Street 919 FM live in studio from your mobile devices or online. On your mobile device app store, download the Periscope app and search The Street 919 FM Live. And online in your browser, search www.pscp.tv/The Street 919 FM Live. See us live in studio on The Street 919 FM. Come talk with us.
SMDJ Promotion presents Color of Passion on Wednesday, 19 June. Aboard the Embassy Yacht, boarding 7 p.m. Sailing out 8 at the Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain. Admission $200. Your DJs are host DJ Nagas and Baseline Audio. For more information, contact Sheena at 377-2463. Malika at 361-7836. And Joseph at 796-7073. Color of Passion. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed.
This Wednesday night, Labor Day, Wednesday, June 19th. This Wednesday night, the Arima Velodrome will rock the scintillating band music of the Northeast Band Spectacular. Featuring from the North, BP Renegade, Massey Trinidad All-Stars, and Desperados. From the East, Pan Berry, Arima Angel Hawk, and First Citizen Supernovas. Under the patronage of Arima Mayor Lisa Morris-Julian, also in memory and tribute to Arima icon Lord Kitchener. MC and DJ for the night, Sensational Sammy. New date, Labor Day, Wednesday, June 19th at the Arima Velodrome. All tickets Tickets remain valid. General admission remain $225. At the door, you pay more.
Special reserve available on request. Tickets available at Rodney's, Michelle's, and Crave Sports Bar, all in Arima.
Disco Bar Tunapuna, Desires Minimar City Gate, Queens, Frederick Street, Crosby, St. James, Ronnie and Carl's Mascot, Woodbrook, all NLC Leisure Boots. Online at suntix.com.
Also available at all participating bands, banyards. Coolers allowed.
For more info, call 628-8700.
Are you suffering from low energy or digestion and sluggish bowel movement? Well, Healthy Life Package is here to help you. The Healthy Life Package is a 6-day package that cleans the blood, cleans parasites from the digestive system, removes toxin, increases energy levels, frees the bowel movements, reduces inflammation, improves blood circulation, regulates blood pressure, and reduces blood sugar for the price of only $660. To buy a package or for more information, call the Street 919 FM or call 271-5443.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
When it comes to healthcare, you deserve the best. Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins, Empress Judy and Associates provide the best assessment services and nutritional supplements you need. Health and Wealth Lifestyle can help you to live your life to the fullest where your health is concerned. We encourage you to make healthy lifestyle changes. Come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle and have your blood and body analysis done. Experience our amazing ionic foot detox, which is followed by a soothing foot massage. Located at number 254 Eastern Main Road, Barretaria. Numbers to call 1-868-288-1108 or 1-868-275-8359. Join us on the Street 909 FM every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. where we bring you information and education all about your health. Remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
We know the street because we talk to the street.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
All right, so we're back, 6:46 a.m. And of course, remember, today is the 18th of June, 2019. So we're going back to the lines to take your calls. Guys are feeling cold. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Miss Felix.
Morning.
The caller who called before the ad, while I hear what he's saying, he needs to understand something to with NIS and why probably need to raise. You know, persons in common law relationship, if the partner dies as a man, whether they work or not, that the woman, once she can prove that she has been in this common relationship, she's entitled to a monthly benefit of about $500 or $600 every month. That is one. Two, people who work like probably URP or some other place for a little while and would have paid a small NIS payment. When they retire, reach 60 hours, they entitled a lump sum of money. Sometimes it's 30,000, 40,000, 20-something thousand. Then persons who every month pay the monthly NIS, we entitled after to be 300 and something every month, right? So all those things are coming out of the NIS funds, with just the small payment, I think $200 and something. Sometimes we have to be our brother's keeper. I understand what the guy is saying, but sometimes we need to understand those benefits are there for the less fortunate, and sometimes it's us have to bear the burden to pay with it, right? With regards to the minimum wage, we have $15 an hour. If your employer is not paying you that $15 an hour, you are free to go to the labor ministry and report that store owner, whoever it is, and they will put in things in place that person pays. Look in the big America. Right now, one of the congresswomen is before Congress, asking Congress to increase the minimum wage in America to $15. She's also asking that there should be education free for all. Them don't have gate and all them things, right? And they are developed societies. She's asking for free health care for citizens of America because they ain't have it free. You have to have the insurance as they go to the hospital. So sometimes when we complain in this country, we need to understand it runs on taxes. Other countries, America, England, it runs on taxes, and you have to pay. With regards to the high increase in food stuff, there's something called, if you don't like the price, don't buy it. But we continue to buy it and then complain. If we were to stop buying an item that increase and we hold together and we invite for 2, 3, or 4 days, you're going to see how fast the price is going to go down. But we continue to have the power in our hands and just say the government, don't buy. There are things we can do. We can buy in bulk. We could do the same thing with gas and people complaining. You have 5 cars in your yard. Everybody want to drive the car to work the morning. Why can't everybody jump in one car? It will save on gas. But we're too individualistic and we don't think of our brothers keepers, and we are not our brothers keepers. The world is reason well, it's taxes. You have to pay. If you want, you have to give something to get. But I understand what he's saying, but there are things we can also do. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. How are you this morning?
Good. It for the thing fix?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Me glad. Bruce, morning.
Morning, Mr. Archer.
Mommy Sauce, Mr. Thomas, Deep South. Morning to everybody in Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning.
Bruce and Sharon.
Yes, my dear.
This national insurance, I remember when Dr. Equillan brought that into play. About 85% of the people didn't want to sign. And he make it mandatory. Whether you sign or you ain't sign, it's coming out. The campaign came in when it was a national insurance scheme. You understand what I'm saying? You listening me good?
Yes, we are.
And then the opposition came up with something that the national insurance scheme doesn't make sense. And Dr. Equillan said he was the Minister of Finance. Said whether you sign or you ain't sign, we're going with it. Anyhow, it comes to everybody happy. Everybody talking about national insurance now, talking all kind of things. Now, Sharon, I sat down Friday. It hurt me when I heard some people on the radio. The same station was talking something about some child got HIV in Mount Hope, and don't take your child in Mount Hope, and the Minister of Health responsible. Now, Sharon, I was once a blood donor. Used to get free medical and so on. When you give blood, Sharon, sometimes they put it in the thing and spin around and they look through and the thing and so on. They must test the blood before they give somebody. So what I'm saying this morning, I want the Minister of Health to have an inquiry into this blood thing. And whosoever was in the lab, whosoever did the transfusion or whatsoever, somebody must be responsible for this. And I'm asking the Minister of Health, don't take that blame. No matter what. No matter how much it costs, find out who did that foolishness. Because you must test the blood before you give somebody. Okay?
Yes.
Right. I want the Minister of Health to do that for me. If he don't do that, me and he will fall out. Now, Sharon, I sat down and listened to the news where a young fella walked down to some square in Trinidad. Because let me tell you something. Since 1990, I stopped coming to Trinidad. Because I don't understand. Young people in Trinidad don't think like the young people, most of the young people in Tobago. In those days, we used to think about building a house. You have your own key. When a man talks to you, throw your key on the table. Well, look, my key. But in Trinidad, men used to take out a car key and throw it and look at her. You understand what? The African man. I'm talking about the African man. Now today, something get out of hand. A man walked down one of the square, shoot up a car, kill a 12-year-old. No comment. No comment, Sharon. Nobody. I barely could sit on the papers. No comment at all. Not the opposition. Not fixing TNT. Not somebody that I don't know if it's a man or a woman was leading the something. The Rowley must go. Not a single word. If a police vehicle was close by that shootout, you'd have heard the police shoot that child. You'd have heard something. The police are not involved in them. Just a police vehicle park up there. You would have heard something today. And it has dig my heart to hear what's going on in Trinidad.
Mr. Archer,
yeah.
In Carenage, some time ago, it's Carenage, right?
Yes.
Where the child got shot.
I'll tell you.
You remember how they get on?
When
the truth come out, I ain't hear a man squeak. Not out. They ain't even come back to say, oh God, but we apologize. Not a word. Because
not a word. You just say not a word in Trinidad. You just say none of them know open them out. Not one of them know open them out. All of them they like a momo. You might say dumb in Trinidad. We say momo in Tobago. I can't understand what's really going on. Everything is Rowley must go. Rowley must this. Rowley must that. Rowley must the other. They have a pension thing coming up. A pension thing came up. Camilla went on a platform, near saying a legend, and started talk about what the Prime Minister getting, what the Attorney General getting, what ministers getting, what the Chief Justice. She didn't say a word about how much the opposition get, how much the opposition leader get. Not a word. And let me tell you, last but not least, it's alleged. I have two cousins coming up here tomorrow for some march on the street with PSC. And she told me that they're giving them $1,000 loan. PSC giving them $1,000 loan for people to come up into Tobago to demonstrate or for the march or whatsoever. The Labor Day march. And you can understand our union funding. This is not people coming at their own free will. Just as how some people in Trinidad are marching and they get the women and them get $100 each. You understand what's taking place? So I'm calling on sensible people. Be careful of what all you doing, African people. All you be careful. Media road are dead. Media dead road. Me all all you young people open all your eyes. The government put things in place for all you. My days, you didn't have no common chance to go to secondary school. Is who get money. They bring in a thing where you're getting free education. They bring gate. And when all you're talking, all you're going Monto because they're killing people in America, man, walking in a school and kill 50, 60 people. And all you're still running to go up there. But Sharon, time longer than time.
So
Dr. William, Keep your head on your shoulder. Do what you have to do. Mr. Alwari, don't matter what you hear the opposition say. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of you. So just keep your head on your shoulder, and you're going to defend the rest of the citizens, not to be able to defend me, please. Thank you.
Caller, good morning. You have a minute.
Of course, Sharon, I'll call you back. Thank you, babe.
All right. All right, so I can probably take a call because we have a minute heading to the news at 7. Yes, my dear caller.
Morning again, Miss Felix. But that's what Mr. Archer said. Yes, it is true. There's a small loan being offered by PSA, which you have to pay back in a year to go up to March. And I am, as a PSA member, I'm very perturbed. Because before, our money used to be used to help charities, to buy books for school children, to fund other organizations, charitable organizations. I don't understand why my $100 is being used to PSA persons to go up and march in Tobago, when usually the march is down here at Hyderabad. And what you'll probably get is a jersey and something to eat. Why is he doing that? And then there's a lot of persons who close to retire going to take the money, so you know they ain't paying back that. That money coming out of the coffers of PSA, not out of Mr. Duke's money. I'm very, very disturbed about that. Who did he get permission from? I'm sure General Counsel did not make that decision. And again, this thing is troubling because he is going up there as a politician, not as PSA rep.
Leave it there. Leave it there. We're going to the news. We'll be back.
They talk.
You talk. Come talk with us. On the street.
919 FM.
News from the street. 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Sharon Felix.
And I am Jason Thomas.
And this is our 7 a.m. major newscast brought to you courtesy Street 919 FM. In the headlines, Trinidad and Tobago students to get priority in schools. 10-year-old shot in Port of Spain. Regionally, Dominican to unveil new housing program. And internationally,
U.S. sends more troops into the Gulf of Oman.
And now for the details. Education Minister Anthony Garcia said the children of Venezuelan migrants could have access places in Trinidad and Tobago schools if places are available. But the priority remains the placement of TNT children. He made this statement at a news conference at the Education Ministry Tower in Port of Spain on Monday. Mr. Garcia said he has letters from parents of children seeking places in schools, and the demand for school places was quite high along the east-west corridor. In other news, a 10-year-old girl is fighting for her life after she was shot in the back at the corner. Well, it should be in the back of a car at the corner of Duncan Street and Independence Square on Monday. The incident occurred around 4:30 p.m. Police says the child's relative picked her up from school, after which they were seated in the parked car in the back seat. A gunman approached and opened fire from behind, shooting at the car 8 times. In regional news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt has indicated that very soon he will unveil a comprehensive housing program aimed at providing adequate housing for everyone in Dominica. This in addition to the government having kept its promise to provide new housing funded entirely by citizenship, by investment and housing developments led by Montreal management consultants. And now for a look at international news with Jason Thomas.
The United States military will send an additional 1,000 troops to the Middle East as tensions build with Iran. Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan said the deployment was in response to what he described as hostile behavior by Iranian forces. The U.S. Navy also shared new images, it says, linked Iran to recent oil tanker attacks in the Gulf of Oman. Iran announced on Monday it would no longer comply with part of the 2015 deal on curbing its nuclear ambitions. And that was a look at our international news for this morning.
Thank you, Jason Thomas. And now for a look at the weather. For the period today until midnight, Trinidad and Tobago and the southern windwards, cloudy conditions with periods of rain, showers over broad areas. There is the medium 60% chance of heavy showers and thunder showers, which can be accompanied by gusty winds. Street flash flooding can be expected in the vicinity of heavy showers or thunder showers. Adverse weather alert number 2, yellow level in effect. The remainder of the Lesser Antilles, partly cloudy, hazy and breezy conditions with the low chance of a few brisk showers. Seas moderate, waves 2 meters to 2.5 meters in open waters, less than 1 meter, but choppy in sheltered areas. It is currently 29 degrees Celsius in Pialco and 29 degrees Celsius in Crown Point. But before we leave, may I remind you of our headlines. Trinidad and Tobago students to get priority in schools. 10-year-old girl shot in Port of Spain. Regionally, Dominica to unveil a new housing program, and internationally,
U.S. sends more troops into the Gulf of Oman.
You've just heard our 7 a.m. national newscast on the Street 919 FM, brought to you courtesy Street 919 FM. Stay tuned for news headlines at 9. I'm Sharon Felix.
And I'm Jason Thomas.
Good morning.
News from the street. 919fm.com.
Girl, do you remember? Girl, we can't forget the first time when we sneak in at your mother house. Girl, we can't forget the first time when we teeth piece on your mama couch. Hey. And we can't forget where you're in a bumper broad like the X6 Pima. Never have no money if you take you out to dinner, but still, me and you share the same damn thing.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, every morning on the Street 919 FM, taking Sharon and Bruce Wayne, the Titans of Democracy. That's the morning show.
The Titans of Democracy. On the Street 919 FM.
Party me the inna the corner. Me have a drink inna me left and on me right and have a. And when the bassline jump inna the rhythm, I feel wind up and a dance. Me just a wine to the rhythm and later you know what coming after. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I can only live my life one way. All I wanna do every day is I just wanna smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae. I call her on the phone, tell her I'm coming up, so get ready. I got some a bottle of booze. All I wanna do is smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae. It's been a long day, me just take G connection from California. And when me reach me touchdown, you know it hot like a sauna. And the taxi driver want to talk me here like me no know about choir. So when me reach me yard and me girl can say is what takes so long, yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I can only live my life one way. All I wanna do every day is I just wanna smoke, drink, and love my girl to some reggae.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, that was on news at 7. Boy, I'm feeling so nasal this morning. It's 7:08 a.m. Remember, today's the 18th of June, 2019. Let me say happy birthday to all of you all who will be celebrating your birthdays today, anniversaries and so on. Let me send a special shout out according to how my parish priest just said. Shout out Father Cornelius. I tell all you, I went to church on Saturday and the service again. Nicole girl, I forget to call you and tell you I was going. But I want to also invite you all. Come out in your numbers. I'm going to be there on the 30th at Harvest at our Samuel St. John the Baptist Church. So people come out in your numbers, yeah? So Trinidad and Tobago, it's raining outside. It's cold inside. Oh my gosh. You know, I find these days like the devil just roaming the land, you know. The devil interfering in people's relationships. It interfering in people's homes, in the family home. It interfering on the streets, in your workplace. Oh God. Prayers and more prayers, yes? Pray fast, we need it. So we'll be back, don't shift your dial.
They talk.
You talk. Come talk with us. On the street.
919 FM. Waterloo Secondary School Local School Board presents their first annual Brain Cooler Cruise in game on Wednesday, 19th of June aboard the Embassy. Boarding at 11 a.m. sailing at 12 noon at the Breakfast Shed, Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Tickets cost $150. Special door prizes for fully packed coolers and most uniform crew. Lunch will be available for $25 more. For information, contact our 323-9647, 329-0393, 770-7849, 382-2394, and 620-9478. It's all about Endgame Annual Brain Cooler Cruise. Wednesday, June 19th. The annual Martlot Fisherman Festival is here again. 3 massive days in the beautiful village of Martlot. Starting Friday, 28 June with a big welcome party for everyone with lots of fish food, drinks, and entertainment to blow you away. Then on Saturday, 29 June, it's the main event. It's the annual Martlot Fisherman Fest featuring the boss himself, Iowa George.
Come and front for your blessings. Come and front for your blessings. The water blessings.
Alongside a cast of top radio DJs, including Tech Sound, Kabuki, Nigel Bob, Trapstar, DJ Sky, and many more. Gates open from 6 p.m. and we fetting till the next morning. This year, a small entrance fee will be collected, so hurry and get your $100 ticket from Darrell's Famous Foods, Valencia, Arima, Randy, and all bars on the North Coast. Also look out for the Matla tickets for $60 from committee members. Remember, on Saturday, 29 June, the only place to be is the annual Matla Fisherman Fest. Then on Sunday, 30th June, we introduce for the first time Matla Fisherman Cool Down from 11 a.m. till midnight. Admission is free. So come early to secure your space. For more information, call the Matla Fisherman Hotline at 361-1752.
At Green Dot, we're making it easier for you with the all-new G-Dot customer portal. Get 24/7 access to your account from all your smart devices. View your account status, see your active services and hardware, view your balance, pay your bills, set up recurring payments, and more. Simply visit gd.tt today and register with your account number and email address to access this service. The all-new G-Dot customer portal. It's just one of the ways Green Dot is making it easier for you. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Trinidad, it's your turn to have your say. Be part of the public consultations on the National Child Policy. North consultations will be held at the UE Inn and Conference Center on June 24th for adults and June 25th for children. South consultations for children June 28th at Naparima Boys College, and for adults July 4th at the San Fernando City Hall Auditorium. All consultations start at 8 a.m. To register, call 627-1163 or email at events_opmgca@gov.tt. The National Child Policy is here. Let your voice be heard. This message brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs.
SMDJ Promotion presents Color of Passion on Wednesday, 19 June. Aboard the Embassy Yacht, boarding 7 p.m. Sailing at 8 at the Breakfast Shed, Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Admission $200. Your DJs are host DJ Nagas and Baseline Audio. For more information, contact Sheena at 377-2463. Malika at 361-7836. And Joseph at 796-7073. Color of Passion. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed.
When mega money, no! $19 plus $26.
That's right. Playway making your money mega.
Win $19 plus $26 with the Playway Mega Ball today. With only 2 white balls, that's a 1 in 3 chance to win 90 times your bet for just an additional $1 minimum.
Win mega money
with a $19 to 1 Mega Ball.
Mega Ball wager cannot exceed base Playway wager.
Make your mark today with Playway Mega Ball. Players must be 18 and over. Play responsibly.
We welcome you to join Pastor Kelvin, Harry Narayan, and friends every third Friday in the month from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. for the Way, the Truth, the Life, all-night ministry right here on the street 919 FM. For further information, call 686-3845 or 770-9915. God bless you.
The Street 919 FM is pleased to introduce their Gospel and Worship Church package. This package gives the churches an opportunity to spread the word of the Lord on a frequency which has a wide listenership. If you are interested in being a part of this campaign, please contact our sales department at 628-3460. The Street 919 FM Gospel and Worship Church package.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande for the Old Time Gospel Hour. Heard every Wednesday night from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Designed with you in mind, this program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For more information, call 753-1113 or email at church668hope@gmail.com.
Richard, big TV, big fridge. Why you buy all these big size things?
I catch the Mega Mania thing that going around.
I go make some bush tea.
No, girl. The Pick 2 Mega Ball is now $6,000. I play and win, so now I only buying big.
Wait, Pick 2 Mega Ball is now $8,000? $6,000 plus $2,000 if you match an order?
Yes. More money with the Pick 2 Mega Ball is causing Mega Mania.
Oh, so now you could buy me a bigger ring too.
Play Pick 2 today. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Enhance your home today. Give yourself the comfort and style that you crave with furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited at 2 locations, number 51 Rushworth Street, San Fernando, and number 101 Craignash Village, Princestown. Select furniture with intricate designs and colors that give your home or office that special look. Visit or call today, 652-2542. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us.
The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
You better get ready. Come to rock steady. Yeah. You've got to do this new dance. Hope you are ready. You've got to do this just like Uncle Freddy. If you don't know, let me tell you. Shake your head, rock your body line, shake your shoulders. Everything is fine and see. Oh, 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 oh. You've got to do it wise. So you better get ready. Come to rock steady. Yeah. You've got to do this new dance. Hope you are ready. You've got to do this just like Uncle Freddy. If you don't know, let me tell you. Shake your head, rock your body line, shake your shoulders. Everything is fine and see. Oh, 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 oh. You've got to do this dance. This soul man, he played one. He played knick-knack on my back. With a knick-knack, all he wanna give a dog a bone. This soul man came rolling home. With a knick-knack, all he wanna give a dog a bone. This soul man came rolling home. Ooh, yeah. He's always around in this town. Going around and round in this town. Yeah.
You never put up a fight, no. Paradise Club. Just know me like we knew. We never had to say your word, not to show. Silence. You never put up a fight, no. Paradise Club. Just know me like we knew. We never had to say your word, not to show. Silence. We're spending time on the regular. We're past the days when you just call me on my cellular. If I'm the book, then you're the editor. Cause you know we always bringing out the best in us. It's not a rushing, man. Even though you cuss me cause I stress you, I'm not noting, man. It's just a trusting, man. Doing life together, got each other, I'm not noting. You never put up a fight, no. Paradise Club. You just know me like we do. We never had to say your word, not to sound. Silence. You, baby, you never put up a fight, no. Paradise Club. You just know me like we do. We never had to say your word, not to sound. Silence.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we are back and the World by extension listening to us. Let me say good morning again. Just to give you a bit of information, we're talking about the refugee, we're talking about Venezuelans, we're talking about all kind of things, but our country is the 140th signatory to the 1952 Refugee Convention. We signed on to this on about November 10th of 2000. Basdio Pandi was the Prime Minister then. If I am wrong, somebody can call me and say so. So we signed to that. I don't know. I just needed to tell all of that. I just look for the info, so to give you it as it comes. So we're going back to the lines and take your calls on 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391, 718-874-3860. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Sharon. Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, everybody. Sharon, you know, I have a little issue with because the Ministry of Education is saying that the schools, the refugees will be able, the Venezuelans will be able to get places if there are any places, right, available. But the Prime Minister and the National Security Minister initially said that they were only going to give health care and the opportunity to. And we start to see things changing already. So we see now they can get education in places are available. And then we might hear they will get housing if houses are available. I want them to...
Carol, let me stop you. Gosh, a little bit, don't spread the misinformation, please. How can you get a house if you're not a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago and you don't have the criteria?
Sharon, they said there was no education, just healthcare and availability to work.
Carol, nowhere in the statement said anything about education. They spoke about not paying NIS. Carol, okay, you go ahead and talk.
Sharon, I just read it in the news that children will be able to go to school if places are available in schools. And I am just saying that we want them to sing from the same songbook if it's only to be given health care and an opportunity to work. Let that be what it is. Because we will just hear these things coming out in little pieces. And that is a concern because there's in Trinidad children who are not have to turn back because there are no places when they're ready to enter school. Some children are turned back in certain areas because these schools are filled. So I know that there will be certain organizations that will be able to say, well, we have faith, but they wouldn't accept Trinidadians, but they're going to take the Venezuelans. So I am just saying that I want it to be one song. This is healthcare and opportunity to work. I just, again, they get an education from some organization, maybe might form some school, open something so the children could go to school and learn something in the year that they hear. But I can't see you telling us now that they will be able to go to school. That's what they say. They will be able to go to school if there are places available. And that is my concern. If we stick into one thing, let us stick to one thing. The original thing is health and an opportunity to work, and let us stick with that because they will break us down, put pressure until we get to something else. That is all I am saying. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
And my point is, nowhere in the first part of the conversation spoke about education. It spoke about NIS. It spoke about minimum health care, something to that respect. Dr. Rowley, and they never spoke about education. If the education minister, what I just read in the news, said, after, and you hear the word after, if there are places after our citizens are placed in schools, which I agree with you, not disagreeing, I have no problem with that. If after, then so be it. But I just, I like to be the devil's advocate. I hear, what's going on here with me? Right. No, I hear, and I am not disagreeing, I'm agreeing. But as I always like to bring the information. So Dr. Rowley and Stuart Young never spoke to the issue of education. That didn't come up at all. I didn't hear that. They spoke to the issue of NIS, medical, very, very minimal, something like that. I can't remember the whole. You feel, well.
You feel really shaken?
Yeah, I know I feel it. So that's why I was trying to stop her. Anyhow, let me just ask one question. One question I want to ask. When we go to another country, because my son left here and he went away. And we went back to school. They took me. I just being the devil's advocate. And there are a number of us who leave Trinidad and Tobago and go to different countries. We carry our children because we go and then we file for them and we have to find somewhere to house them in different schools. And I'm agreeing with you. If so be the case for education and they want to put somewhere so that they be taught and so on, no problem. But just being the devil's advocate now, we just think, I like to think outside the box. So I'm not disagreeing with you, agreeing with you. But I just needed to share that. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Felix.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Just like you, Miss Felix, I just want to ask a question, right? Now, if the previous caller is stating that is something that she heard in the news, can I just ask one question, right? These persons are from Venezuela, right? And these little children, obviously, if they are little children, they would not have they're not bilingual. So most likely they're not speaking English, right? So therefore, if they're going to be integrating into our school system, are we going to have Spanish teachers translating what is being taught in the English classroom? I just asked another question now, right? If what is being taught in our current schools right now, if they're going to translate every single class, because I know in some primary schools they do teach Spanish, but is it going to be that Spanish is going to be spoken throughout all the classes? I just asked him that question. I looked on listen.
Caller, good morning.
Morning again, Ms. Felix. While I hear what the both callers are saying, and I agree to a certain extent, however, we also have to take into consideration the migrants in this country have to adhere to the laws of Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't understand.
Trinidad and Tobago laws state that you can't leave a little child home by themselves and children of a certain age should be in school. That is the law in this country. Taking that into consideration, the minister also said there are a lot of our citizens who are looking for places in school. What he was inferring is that they wouldn't take Spanish children in these school spaces and leave our citizens out. If when all these spaces are filled and there are any other spaces, they would take these children. That is my understanding. However, I'll go further to say, if the Catholic board or the church-run school wants taking these children, there's nothing much this government can do because they are church-run schools, so they have their own board. But again, I'm saying we need to be vigilant. If you know that your family or your children has been registered to go in a school and they didn't take them in, but then you see there's an influx of Venezuelan children, what do? Do you just sit back and say, look, they take all these spaces, or do you go in and speak to somebody and let them know my child is on the list? I've been for a while. It is unfair that you all just take persons who now come in. So there are things we could do as citizens also. But again, I'm stressing, the migrants have to adhere to all the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. They are not refugees. With refugees, that is a part of their refugee status. You can't send them back, you can't be deported, you have to assimilate them within the system. They have to get education, they have to get this, they have to get that. Migrants, on the other hand, have to adhere to the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. So we just have to be logical in it and look at it, but I understand. I keep saying I understand people's fears and concerns, and we must ask questions.
So do I.
Answers.
So do I.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Overseas line caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning,
Mr.
Bruce.
Napuna.
Good morning to the world out there. It's so sad, Sharon, when they work so hard and you have to go back. Some of these callers are you going backtracking all the time and stalling you. You're like you can't even concentrate. But I want to tell you this morning, don't let your heart be troubled now. Let it be afraid. The same word I said today, it will be forever and ever. You understand? I hear you. I've been hearing you, but I can tell you before this American phone girl. I know get it, you know. But I look on since before you come in, you know, on this phone up since 5 o'clock or 5.
Nice.
Yeah, I hear something like some prayer thing was going on there or something like that. I was in and out of dropping asleep. But Sharon, let me tell you something. I keep telling you, sweetheart, I'm trying to give you some strong spiritual support. Dr. Rowley ain't going nowhere, you know. You don't have to work yourself out, you know. We want to hear for election. And if you're going to worry with some of these homes and them, they will wear you down. You hear what I'm telling you? You ain't going nowhere. Don't worry, come land them, you know. She said them other parties are the problem, Doctor. PNM is the problem, but she has plenty fish to fry. Because a whole bunch of them going to leave her right there, you know.
You better believe that.
Somebody tell me, Ganga things start, but much more to go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let us do that. Dr. Rowley gave us a warning, and we must listen to the man of wisdom. He said, all your mind will be mind with business. You remember that?
That's right.
We mind and we business, so we business could mind we. Let's keep on fighting the PNM. The PNM, you know what? Them fighting the PNM, and God have we back. The Lord God Jehovah have our backs. So don't worry yourself. All of them want to go and march and apologizing because they didn't share the money properly. I know a man gave up his thing for 30 pieces of silver. That was in so much 1,000 million years ago. In this day and age, you selling your birthright for $50,000, eh? And they're fighting like Bachak, to get a piece of the action, a piece of that. I want to say all who running them out, let them run them out. You hear what I'm telling you? I like doing that. Why are you talking out of me praying? All don't doubt me, you know. I'm praying because I know I just get my answers in prayer. And I'm not worried about Dr. Rowley. We just have to pray for his good health and his strength and his courage and support him and God to strengthen him on every bending side and leave him not to himself alone, but still support and comfort him. You understand? So don't worry with them and their weak leader. Hey, before I go, I'm going now. There was in the forum. So once that rum went down inside of that forum, that they end up on the pavement. And when they reach in the pavement, you know the next move is in the dustbin. And it's there they're going to go. The dustbin right next to the pavement. You know that, Sharon?
Mm-hmm, of
course.
course.
Put you outside because it fits you. I put you out in your yard, in the road, and then the next thing you have to be under the thing right, you're going down in the rubbish truck. So what I'm worried about, that is trying to stop. You see that? They're calling destruction on themselves are gone.
Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Mommy Sauce?
Morning.
Morning.
Morning to all of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Well, I reach. Lucy?
Hey, darling.
Morning, sweetheart.
Morning.
The gentleman didn't come for the thing because I have to leave.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, he know it
But
is, so I
yeah.
Yeah.
So he would come. Please God. Anyway, morning to Mr. and Mrs. Gibson and everybody. Mrs. Crosby, Mrs. Rowley, Selwyn, you and your wife, morning, and you know I will come and look for you soon come. Right, I'm here. Sharon, well, I didn't hear it because I got the second flight, so I didn't hear the program too much. But
you reach up?
Huh?
You reach up?
Yeah, that was telling
all right, good.
Mm-hmm. I reach up. So I hear things, but Sharon, the service last night, what that service was for?
A service?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that service was for.
Yo,
they're making a mockery God, they're making a mockery of themselves because what I see, and I don't know. I see a man say PNM, I see he plays PLC, he says PNM must flash. I say,
they must what?
What
you say?
PNM must flash. So I don't know. I just asking for a friend, as they say. But I tell you, that's easy.
Boy, these people good.
I don't know what that.
I say they're praying for the crime situation.
Well, all of that is happening to pray for.
Girl, you didn't hear the singing. The singing was the.
But all of that, I tell you, it was spoken voice. I don't know. I hear a sweet mellow voice at all. Look, people let not have the trouble. Not that I don't know. These people, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to say again. But God is good, yes. We just have to keep coming and going as we are accustomed and don't let nobody share the away. We can't afford to do that.
You're sure right.
Right? So, my sister look on the straw, reach up. You look on it, she got this money. Oh God, you need to wake me up for Sharon, Lord, I'm God. I'm going to find you.
All right.
All right. So take care.
Okay, my dear.
I love you.
All right. Be safe. No, that should have been me, eh? Taking a holiday. So again, let me just say, Attorney General Faris Alwari has refuted statements by International Human Rights Agency Amnesty International on Trinidad and Tobago's legal obligations to the 1951 Refugee Convention. In a media briefing, Alwari said, although Trinidad and Tobago is a signatory to the 1951 Refugee Convention, the agreement was never ratified in law. All right? So, by just telling all you, it's not we, this government, sign on to it. So when I hear the protesting and everybody talking, it's not this government sign on. Oh God, I'm just trying to give all the little information as I get it now. Oh God. All I'm saying is, I wonder if I could get Mr. Garcia, boy. Caller, good morning.
Sharon Phillips, good morning to you.
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
Good, Bruce, good morning to you.
Morning.
Well, I'm just as Sharon lie down here. I'm in Tobago, you know.
Is everybody?
Since Friday, Sharon, since Friday. I'm sitting down by Crooks, Sharon. You understand? I came to match with Duke. You know Duke who wanted to be the Prime Minister?
Oh, no.
I came to match with him.
Oh, no.
Sharon, Tobago, I love Tobago, Sharon. Yes, I'm across here, darling. You know, sometimes I have to go and relax.
Enjoy for both of us.
I will. Once in Tobago, you have to enjoy yourself. Sweet Tobago. I would like to show Tobago, and just move Sharon Gill. I want to tell you from my heart. I would like to see that sort of love come to Trinidad. Like how there's a harvest. I think it's bring the community like in love. And the family Tobago is a very lovely place to know, Sharon. God hear me. Anyhow, darling, Jakey, boy, I'm missing you up. Yeah, boy, come up. Sharon.
Yes, my
dear. Sharon, you enjoy your day. Lose me also too. And tomorrow, I will have a good time with you. You understand? Number two, I'll have a good time in Tobago match with Duke. And when he's done match, we see me from Trinidad to Tobago and Tobago to Trinidad. And then I'm voting for him. You understand me, Sharon? You will have a good one, darling. Have a good one.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago at 7:40 a.m. Oh, the sun come out a little bit. Oh, peep out.
If you see so.
I know, up that way. Where we sit, we're seeing a little sunlight coming out. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Sharon and Bruce.
Good morning, my dear.
Sharon, like you, I'm just asking, right?
Mm-hmm.
We belong to international organizations like the UN. And there is a charter of the right of the child. I'm wondering if the right to education is one of that. And I don't know how it would apply in this case. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Right? Have a good day.
Thank you.
you can't come in. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in.
All right, well, you know, I'm a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. I do so many things. I coming down the road this morning and see water. Well, I passed that way this morning on the Lady Young there. You see that hairpin after you turn there to come around.
Yeah.
He's coming down the hill.
Yeah.
And the hairpin. Boy, water. Like it ever man-made river. Running if you see water. So, you know, I called my people this morning, but they now call me back because they must be sleeping. It was after 5. I said, I know that the name of God, Sharon. It's not everybody let's get up early like you. Lord. So thank you very much.
Morning. Sorry about that. Sorry, morning to everybody.
Morning.
And the Bigo. Bruce, morning to you.
Hey, man, morning.
Because every time the talk plenty. Was in the rain, people playing the radio loud and they have no reason they were going on. So love to everybody in Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, morning to you. Mr. Thomas, everybody's in here. Aki, morning. Mami Sauce, morning to you. Patty Street, I hope you everything. Love to everybody. I'm gone. The cock is up.
All right. Jim Johnson, good morning to you on the live stream. You always have to come on to make extra bacchanal and to tell who, what, and when, and why. Oh, gosh. But you know you have to come on because they must find somebody to beat up on the chat. So you're the bubuli. Let him some hard slap. Caller, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Could I speak to you off here, please?
Can you speak to me off air? Not at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You keep knocking. You keep on knocking, knocking. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Who that? Come and say this old man. Say this old man. Say this old man. I me say he play one. I me say this old man. Say this.
Caller, morning.
God bless you, Miss Sharon. Brucey. Oh, Brucey.
Morning. Miss Gloria.
All the good boy. It's cold, boy. Plenty rain up in the cold. Miss Sharon.
Hello.
I have something to tell you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're covered under the blood of Jesus.
Thank you.
And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You Brucey, you doing all of it. Let me tell you something now. I am in agreement. Hey, God, forgive me. Good morning, the girls of my choir. Okay, I say. Right, good. Listen, I agree with Miss Puna. Dr. Rowley, keep it there, don't get the way, keep it there. She are going nowhere. Amen. Blessings. God is in control. And I cover all of them under the precious blood of Jesus. No weapon formed against them, Trapper. Miss Sharon, you'll cool it now. If it's me now, I don't suffer pressure, so I don't go too high. So I have to take it easy, right?
All right.
So God bless all. They love you all. Blessings, Brucey.
Blessings, darling.
Die.
Thank you very much.
And I want you to be my acrobat. Yeah. I want you to be
my lover. Oh no.
Who would treat you cruel? But
oh, Jeannie.
You're always someone's fool.
All right, so Trinidad Tobago, 7:46 a.m. Lord have mercy. I'm on the radio, people. Oh gosh. All right, so it's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday morning, yeah? 7:46 a.m. and after, when I leave here at 8, up next will be Big Mike, the medicine man. So please stay locked on to listen.
You got so much time, little Jeannie, but you're burning it out so fast.
You know, I must call the education minister, whether I get him now or when I finish, I have to call him. Now, not that I'm disagreeing with nothing what was said, you know. I agree with Carol and I agree with, is it Professor? Not disagreeing, you know. But sometimes it is just going to a little mood. Because, hear what I say, let me talk out loud. I say, plenty of our citizens leave Trinidad and Tobago and go to different countries. And when they pick up themselves, they file and send for the children. So the children are there. What will they do with the children? They have to go to school. Now, I am saying this morning, I'm being very honest, our children need to be placed in schools because right at this time, we have a lot of children being turned away from schools. For whatever reason I do, you want to give children, as you said, let me talk. We want to have this test for children to do, to get into the school. But then when the children get into the school, they have to pay so much money for registration for all kind of thing. That's one. When we take the children at that tender age and you're going to give them a test to get in the school, you know some children just kind of cramp up. They just get scared. It's children, you know. 5-year-old is a baby to me still. So I hear in Carol and I hear in the people who have their concerns, even on the chat. I hear and I understand the concerns. I have it too. But I just like to be the devil's advocate and I like to talk out loud. Because we leave and we go to other countries. We stay for a lengthy time. We get our documents. We file for our children. They come up. Then what are we to say now if they try to treat us the same way? I also want to agree with Carol saying that if they want to find a place to house the children, to give them an education, fine. But just fine. Only don't let me be so cold and insensitive, na man. It's children. You know, sometimes you just want to really express how you feel and sometimes if you go to do it, you offend people. I understand all what is being said. I understand it. But I just putting myself in the way that if this had happened to me or anybody else and we gone to somebody else's country, what would we have been looking for? It's just me. But I understand everybody's concern. Because if I lie, I'll be lying to God. I too had some of the concern and still have some. Caller, good morning.
Sharon, it's me again. Thank you for understanding. Because, Sharon, there are people in Sharon and Trinidad who apply to all kind of qualified schools. When they see that time come for them to get into school and get into none.
But
because if your parents line up all hours.
Carol, you know why that happens, right? Let me tell you why that happens. In particular schools, they want particular kind of children in the schools.
Plain talk
bad. Right.
Plain talk bad manners. They want a particular kind of children in the school.
And that is why I am concerned because the Venezuelans could fit into that particular kind. If you understand what I'm talking about. Right? They could fit into that particular kind they're looking for. So our children could get squeezed out. And that is my concern. We could get squeezed out. The ones that look like me could get squeezed out because they're looking for the particular kind. And that is why I'm saying I am not against children. I love children I have. And I work in
yes.
I work that field. Right? I have to say my business. So every time I talk something on the radio, I say I have a business coming back to me. So I just be careful now in what I say.
Careful.
So I say that I don't mind the children getting an education, but they cannot be mainstream. If you want to get some place and you set up,
a temporary system.
Yes, for them, I have no problem with that. But getting into mainstream, I know we're going to get squeezed out. I talk plain and I don't make food. I don't go under hide that because we know it's true out here. But some people don't want to deal with it. But I am telling you that is what happened because Sharon, I know there was people trying to get Guyanese children to do gay here. Right? I don't know if they ever got through. But I know of it. And when I tell you I know of it, I know of it. I know of two that they was trying to get to do that. I'm not saying who, when, why, how. But I know of it. So I know these things is going to happen. Right? The other thing is coming off that. This new political party that is telling me that they don't want nobody with experience. They don't want no old politicians. They don't want it. So I am going to vote for a set of new young people who have no experience in politics, and I am going to take them and put them in my cabinet to run my country. I have to be mad, stupid, or I don't know what other adjective to describe myself. For me to come and vote for you, you want nobody from no political, who has no political experience. You don't want no from no past politicians in your party. You want you, so I could take my treasury and put it into your hands. Well, something has to be wrong with us in this country if we think that could work. I'm gonna, and I call, I had to pay money for my car already, but I will deal with that today.
All right, darling. Oh, God. Only we can't take any more calls. The word for today is consciousness. I envision and affirm peace within myself and throughout the world. At challenging times, I turn to Matthew for the reassuring words Jesus shared with his disciples. For God, all things are possible. There is only one presence and one power in the universe, God, omnipotence. Jesus spoke to his disciples about the kingdom of heaven, not a geographical location, but a state of consciousness. I enter heavenly consciousness when I quiet my mind, let go of any attachment to appearance, and concentrate on spirit within. I deny the situation, and the power of conditions over me. And I practice the presence of God. In doing this, I experience peace. Though or through an unwavering faith, I know that peace in the world begins with me. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Matthew 16:19. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where, and the world by extension, this is where we got to leave it for today. Up next is the man they call Big Mike, the medicine man. So stay tuned, don't shift your dial. We'll be back. Yes, well, they feel the earthquake. We did feel it here. We're gone. Ciao.
They talk, you talk, come talk with us. On the street, 919 FM. Enagic change your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
The annual Migrant Fisherman Festival is here again. 3 massive days in the beautiful village of Migrant. Starting Friday, 28 June, with a big welcome party for everyone, with lots of fish food, drinks, and entertainment to blow you away. Then on Saturday, 29 June, it's the main event. It's the annual Migrant Fisherman Fest, featuring the boss himself, Iwa George.
Come and front for your blessings. Come and front for your blessings.
Alongside a cast of top radio DJs, including Tech Sounds, Kabuki, Nigel Bob, Trapstar, DJ Sky, and many more. Gates open from 6 p.m. and we're fetting till the next morning. This year, a small entrance fee will be collected, so hurry and get your $100 tickets from Darrell's Famous Foods, Valencia, Arima, Randy, and all bars on the North Coast. Also look out for the Matla tickets for $60 from committee members. Remember, on Saturday 29 June, the only place to be is the annual Matla Fisherman Fest. Then on Sunday 30th June, we introduce for the first time Matla Fisherman Cool Down from 11 a.m. till midnight. Admission is free. So come early to secure your space. For more information, call the Matla Fisherman Hotline at 361-1752.
Enhance your home today. Give yourself the comfort and style that you crave with furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited at 2 locations, number 51 Rushworth Street, San Fernando, and number 101 Craignash Village, Princestown. Select furniture with intricate designs and colors that give your home or office that special look. Visit or call today, 652-2542. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you.
This Wednesday night, Labor Day, Wednesday, June 19th. This Wednesday night, the Arima Velodrome will rock the scintillating band music of the Northeast Band Spectacular. Featuring from the North, BP Renegade, Massey Trinidad All-Stars, and Desperados. From the East, Pan Berry, Arima Angel Hub, and First Citizen Supernovas. Under the patronage of Arima Mayor Lisa Morris Julian, also in memory and tribute to Arima icon Lord Kitchener. MC and DJ for the night, Sensational Sammy. New date, Labor Day, Wednesday, June 19th at the Arima Velodrome. All tickets remain valid. General admission remain $225. At the door, you pay more.
Special reserve available on request. Tickets available at Rodney's, Michelle's, and Crave Sports Bar, all in Arima.
Disco Bar Tunapuna, Desires Minimar City Gate, Queens, Frederick Street, Crosby, St. James, Ronnie and Carl's Mascot, Woodbrook, all NLC Lotto booths. Online at suntix.com.
Also available at all participating bands' lanyards. Coolers allowed.
For more info, call 628-8700.
Are you suffering from low energy or digestion and sluggish bowel movement? Well, Healthy Life Package is here to help you. The Healthy Life Package is a 6-day package that cleans the blood, cleans parasites from the digestive system, removes toxins, increases energy levels, frees the bowel movements, reduces inflammation, improves blood circulation, regulates blood pressure, and reduces blood sugar for the price of only $660. To buy a package or for more information, call the Street 919 FM or call 271-5443.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday.
Richard, big TV, big fridge. Why you buy all these big size thing?
I catch the Mega Mania thing that going around.
I go make some bush tea.
No, girl. The Pick 2 Mega Ball is now $6,000. I play and win, so now I only buying big.
Wait, Pick 2 Mega Ball is now $8,000? $6,000 plus $2,000 if you match an order?
Yes. More money with the Pick 2 Mega Ball is causing Mega Mania.
Oh, so now you could buy me a bigger ring too?
Play Pick 2 today. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
SMDJ Promotion presents Color of Passion on Wednesday, 19 June. Aboard the Embassy Yacht, boarding 7 p.m. Sailing at 8 at the Breakfast Shed, Rice Road, Port of Spain. Admission $200. Your DJs are host DJ Nagas and Baseline Audio. For information, contact Sheena at 377-2463. Malika at 361-7836. And Joseph at 796-7073. Color of Passion. No oversized coolers and no glass bottles allowed. Waterloo Secondary School Local School Board presents their first annual Brain Cooler Cruise in game on Wednesday, 19th of June aboard the Embassy, boarding at 11 a.m., sailing at 12 noon at the Breakfast Shed, Rising Road, Port of Spain. Tickets cost $150. Special door prizes for fully packed coolers and most uniform crew. Lunch will be available for $25 more. For more information, contact our 323-9647, 329-0393, 770-7849, 382-2394, and 620-9478. It's all about Endgame Annual Brain Cooler Cruise, Wednesday, June 19th.
Join us on a journey into the science and mystery of food.
We all love to eat food and think that we know about food. But do we really know and understand the science behind food and the reasons why we suffer from lifestyle diseases? Do you know that most cancers are caused by our own eating patterns? That diabetes is not simply inherited, but is caused and induced by what and how we eat. Join Terry and George, nutritionist and health coach from Institute of Health and Fitness, for the series Fabulously Fit and Healthy at Any Age.
Tune into the street 919 FM every Friday from 11:45 a.m. to 12 noon for this program.
Big Mike's Wellness Center, number 19 Market Street, Aruka. We do blood analysis, live and dry, magnetic body scan, food detox for those who are diabetic, circulation problems, high blood pressure, and even colon problems. Big Mike's Total Cleanse will clean and detoxify your kidney, liver, blood, etc. Big Mike's Prostate Tea for men, the under chassis tea. This will help to regulate the prostate, to keep the urine flowing, to keep the prostate from enlarging. According to the World Health Organization, Trinidad and Tobago is number 4 in the world when it comes to prostate cancer. When prostate is enlarged, you are 4 times likely to get prostate cancer. So men, get your tea. Big Mike's Fiber Blaster is the yard room for the colon. Superior Green Food, which is a superfood rich in vitamins, minerals, and amino acid, and high in antioxidant. You can contact Pastor Michael at Glen Road Community Center, Tobago, 717-350-326-5523, or Curtis James Crescent, Calderhall Main Road, 685-5411, or Big Mike, 346-2612.
Come talk with us. Real issues, hard talk, real talk on the street, 919 FM.
Sound from the mouth, defiling all the stock up on the shelf. I've been released, yet but on the east, I can only give, approve of myself. Me sister no woman weak, mankind uno no see it. No hurt if you come help. The whole of uno fi come from the east, rise with the wheat. The condon, I'm the black man, well take these words of the vine to the empress right away. Tell her to be fine, I don't want her to stray. Words of the vine to the woman right away. Tell her to be mine, never go astray. Knowing your motion, I know your portion. Joyful will you be in my eyes. Put away pollution, sabbatical strong. Royalty belongs to our side. Let us care for the younger ones. The children is a son. Nature grows and prove you're qualified to know, yet overstand. No segregation, that is not the work of the wise. Words of the vine to all the women them right away. Hey, put Selassie on your mind, and you know you live every day.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh boy. Yes, Sharon. Oh boy. Thank you again, Sharon, for the warm welcome. Sharon is, give us so much information in the morning. So it's all good, people. She's concerned about the nation, concerned about our society, our leaders, and she's been doing a great work. Sharon, excellent lady, doing such an excellent work. Her heart is big, especially for kids, and people who have to do like operations and different
health issues. You know, she's really, really concerned, and she don't talk the talk, she walk the walk. All right, so a good woman to have that really seeking our welfare. All right, people, it's all good. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Another day, people. Another day to give God thanks and praise. You know, we are here because of God's mercy. We didn't get washed away last night because of God's mercy. You wake up this morning because, hey, God ain't done with you yet, brother and sister. There's a reason why you're alive and you're kicking. It's because you have a lot to do for the Almighty. You're working the works. You know, like how Sharon working the works. She's